Here are the pros and cons of living in Rome, Georgia. The first pro of living here is that this is a small town feeling kind of city, but it has the big city amenities. Because Rome, Georgia is so far from Atlanta, you don't really have a whole lot of other Atlanta suburbs around there, so many of the things that you would need in a city are found there in Rome. This city has a great downtown area with lots of different things to do, shopping and restaurants, and so most of the big city things that you find in other cities can be found there in Rome, but keep in mind that Rome is far from the city of Atlanta, so it does have that kind of small town feel. Outside of the downtown area, it is definitely kind of a slower, not just suburban, maybe kind of like a rural setting in many parts of the city. What's up, y'all? My name is Victor with Atlanta Suburban Living. We put out videos every week about what it's like to live in Atlanta and the suburbs around Atlanta. Another benefit of living in this area is the very good healthcare system and healthcare accessibility that they have here in this city. Atrium Health or Floyd Medical Center is there in the city of Rome. Also, Piedmont is one of like the biggest healthcare providers in all of Georgia. They have an urgent care there in Rome, so there's no shortage of being able to access hospitals or doctors. Healthcare providers all can be found in this otherwise very small town. Without a doubt, one of the biggest benefits of living in this area is the affordability of homes. You can find homes here lower than $250,000. The average home price is way lower here than other parts of Metro Atlanta, and so how about a 5-bedroom, 4,000 square foot home in the low 500s? This is what you can find in this city, and this is certainly one of the biggest draws that brings so many people to Rome, Georgia. Another benefit is the amount of nature and like outdoor space that you have here. If you're thinking about moving to Rome or any part of Metro Atlanta, feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. I'm a local real estate agent here in Georgia. Even if you just have a question about what it's like to live here, I'm happy to help. Thank you so much to everybody who has reached out. But there really is no end of outdoor activities in Rome. Because it's so far out from the city of Atlanta, there is plenty of outdoor space. It's not like overly developed. This is not a city that like is developed in all of the different parts of the city. There's still lots of undeveloped areas. So you have lots of parks, lots of outdoor recreation all around the city of Rome. Certainly one of the biggest draws is Berry College. This is a big benefit of living in this area. If you have a student who goes to Berry College, or if you yourself are considering going to this college, because the college is right there in the city of Rome, you're talking about a very quick commute to school. And then another big one is the fact that this is a very family-friendly kind of city. This is not a party college town because of Berry College. It's not really that big of a college, but some people specifically go to Berry College for something that the school is providing. And so it is overall a very family-friendly atmosphere. The downtown area certainly helps with that. The affordability of the homes there, the slower-paced small-town vibe is something that adds to that family-friendly feel. And so this is really the way that I would describe Rome, Georgia. Small-town, family-friendly kind of atmosphere. Of course, there are some downsides to living in Rome. Any city is going to have its good and its bad, so we want to make sure that you have a balanced picture of what's going on here. So some of the bad things about living here, right off the bat, this is not an area where you're going to have lots of industry and economy and lots of job providers. This is more like an area with limited job providers. Very often people who live in Rome maybe work in another one of the cities around Rome. And so it's certainly possible to find a job within Rome. There's obviously some job providers there, but it's not known for having a very big economy. And then what also comes with that and like the small town feel is that you don't have a whole lot of like shopping and restaurant options. There are some very good restaurant options in downtown downtown Rome. But outside of the downtown area, this is not an area where you're going to find like a whole lot of great restaurants or great shopping. There is definitely the big box stores, Home Depot and Walmart and Target. You're going to find all of those here in this city, but you're not going to find like the mom and pop shops where you find super unique things at the stores or unique restaurants. This is not really the kind of city to find those specific things. And then another downside of living here is that the public schools are spotty. Some of the public schools are great and some of the public schools are not so good. And so what part of the city you live in is really going to affect the experience that you have at the school, or the experience that your child has at the public schools. Another con of living in the city is the fact that it's so far from the city of Atlanta. It's really arguable that this might not really be considered Metro Atlanta. You know, if we consider Metro Atlanta as the city of Atlanta and all of the suburbs around there, then you maybe could say that Rome is not in the Metro Atlanta area. It's kind of far out in its own area. I mean, it's probably about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive, maybe during rush hour, to get to Atlanta from Rome. So if you are going to be working in Atlanta, then Rome is not the place to live. That would be a terrible commute. Unless that job was super worth it, I would not recommend living in Rome and driving to Atlanta. And then all of the things that you might want from Atlanta, maybe that's like the sports experiences or like the concerts or whatever it is that you're looking for in Atlanta, is going to be hard to access from Rome because of that distance. And then another con of living here is that while it is a small town and you do get that charm, you do also see a lot of outdated buildings and homes and commercial areas here in Rome. They haven't really done a great job of like modernizing the city. Maybe that will come one day, but for now it still has that like old-timey small town charm feel. I do really love this city. I think it's a great place to live, but it's not in my top 5 suburbs of Metro Atlanta. If you want to know what my top 5 suburbs in all of Metro Atlanta is, you can check out this video. I'll see you in the next one.